in the Chinese economy, financial technology, business, and blockchain. To prepare for the world tomorrow, join me on World Today.
CGTN. Hear the difference. Now the news. I'm Tian Yu. Chinese President Xi Jinping had sent a message of condolence to South Korean acting President Choi San-mok following the crash of a passenger plane. The plane broke apart and caught fire during a landing attempt. Emergency workers at Muan International Airport say all the 179 people aboard the Jeju airplane have been confirmed dead, leaving only 2 crew members as the survivors. Authorities have recovered 2 black boxes with investigations pointing to a possible bird strike causing landing gear failure. Shane Ham reports.
I'm here at Muan International Airport. Really what remains the main fuselage of this Jeju Air flight. The tail remaining, and authorities believe that the tail area was where those 2 survivors, in fact, were discovered. They are 181 people on board this Jeju Air flight, which took off from Bangkok, Thailand, was supposed to arrive at 8:30 a.m. here local time in the city of Muan, which is in the southwestern portion of the country. Video evidence showing this plane with what appeared its landing gear not only intact and really sliding across the runway at a very high rate of speed, immediately hitting a wall at the end of the runway and bursting into plane. So far, now that all the passengers there are accounted for, investigators are now looking into the exact cause of this crash.
Azerbaijani President Ilham Aliyev says the passenger plane that crashed in Kazakhstan was damaged due to shooting from the ground in Russia. The Azerbaijan Airlines plane went down on Wednesday and killed 38 people. President Aliyev says electronic warfare systems put the plane out of control. On Saturday, the Kremlin said Russian President Vladimir Putin apologized to Aliyev for the tragic incident over Russia. The Russian foreign minister had said the country is open to negotiations to resolve the Ukraine conflict. However, Sergei Lavrov says such talks must address the root causes of the crisis and take into account the real situation on the ground. Lavrov mentions the need to ensure Ukraine's non-aligned, neutral, and non-nuclear status to eliminate long-term threats to Russia's security posed by the West, including NATO expansion. He also says Kyiv must take on specific obligations to ensure the rights, freedoms, and interests of Russian-speaking citizens. Ukrainian officials have said the country is not prepared to enter negotiations with Russia as it lacks sufficient Western support to engage from a position of strength. Georgia has sworn Mikhail Kavalashvili as the country's 6th president. In his inaugural address, Kavalashvili highlighted the resilience of the Georgian nation. He stressed the need for unity and the values rooted in family and tradition, which are vital to national strength. Slovakia's healthcare system is facing a potential collapse. Thousands of doctors say they are resigning to protest against working conditions, funding, and salaries. Hospitals are warning of a crisis if the dispute isn't resolved. Pablo Gutierrez reports from the capital, Bratislava.
It's an emergency for Slovakia's healthcare system. Over 3,000 doctors are set to resign on New Year's Eve because of their frustrations with the government. Doctors accuse the government of breaking promises. In 2022, it signed a 13-point memorandum with the doctors' union that guaranteed wage increases, better training, and improved hospital conditions. But Martin Smetana, a healthcare economist, says those promises have been abandoned. Experts say public hospitals are experiencing staffing shortages, and nearly 20% of new doctors choose to leave the country after graduation in search of better salaries abroad.
China Media Group has released its annual top 10 stories from around the world this year. They include China's head of state diplomacy, intensified regional tensions in the Middle East, continued Russia-Ukraine conflict, U.S. presidential election, faltering economy recovery in Europe, and South Korea's political turmoil. More than 40 skiers from 4 countries and regions will compete in the upcoming 5th Snowboard Parallel Asian Cup in northern China. The event will be held at Galaxy Ski Resort in Chongli, Hebei Province from Monday to Tuesday. And that's the news. I'm Tian Yu.
Welcome to Sideline Story, your destination for sports news, analysis, and discussion.